Hey guys, I hope you're all well and staying blessed. So considering you guys loved my breakdown of GBPJPY and USDJPY and why I got in the trades I got in, I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a video this week showing you the market analysis I have for this week and the upcoming weeks and any trades I've taken in the week. So everything's going to be broken down. I'm literally going to be screen recording, speaking to you guys before on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any trades I've taken, and update you on them trades. I hope you enjoy this video. Please don't forget to leave a comment, like this video so I know you like it, and also it just helps push my content to other people that maybe trade the yen pairs or just to get my content out there. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and without further ado, let's get into the charts. So if you watched my video last week, it's very similar. I'm literally looking for the same things, and I'm going to explain exactly what I'm looking for this current week / the upcoming weeks. So just quickly going over again what I looked for in the previous week, what I'm still looking for as price currently is respecting my areas of importance. So I have this area here. Actually, hold on, let me take my chewing gum out, because while am I chewing and all you can hear is my chewing. Hold on. Sorry about that. Right, so we have this current major support. This is my major support because price has not been able to break through this support zone. I've got so many rejections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 major rejections from this support zone. So obviously what I did here was you can put your fib from the previous low to the previous high, giving you that area of that 78.60 extension level. The reason why I am actually having this still on my chart is because we've had this rejection candle wick and price has closed above my 78.60 extension level. Also, this wick on Monday was most likely caused by news. And if not, I allowed the trade to play out and I knew exactly what it was going to do. I knew that it was going to do the same thing again. It's created a wick like here, a wick like here, and it's rejected back up to my area that I'm looking to get some buyers in the market. So another fib you could do is from top to bottom of that wick. So from the top of this wick to the bottom of this wick, and then giving me this area here of my 78.60 extension level, which is for me like my most, my area that I'm looking for price to reject from to go back down. So if price comes to here, I would put my TP here and just know that price could reject back down to the downside and either retest this area or break this area and come to my 2 golden zones. If price breaks above this, obviously I'm looking for price to target this previous high and then break that to new areas above. Okay, so taking that off now, so I'm hoping that makes sense to you. So going down to a bit more of a current time, we can now also put a fib from this low wick here, which is literally what I've done by the way, to this, so this low to this high. So let me take this off because I've already done that on my chart. And this is why I have this 78.60 extension level, which is again a rejection zone. So price has literally came to here, rejected. Remember before it stayed above the rejection zone that was around here. We've now came up and created a new resistance. And now we have respected this 78.60 and we have made some movement to the upside. And I actually did catch a buy from this rejection zone yesterday, which was Monday, which I will explain in a moment. So I'm looking for price to target again this major resistance. This is just what I'm looking for, right? So I'm looking for buys overall with GBPJPY. And again, if price breaks my 78.60, maybe I will allow it to come here, see how it plays out. If it breaks my major support, I will allow the market to create its new structure and I will not try and like chase the market. I won't try and get in sales. I will allow it to play out for a couple of days before looking for the buyers or the sells in the market. And remember, just because I'm saying that I'm looking for buyers in this current market, remember this is a weekly time frame right now. So one candlestick represents 1 week in the market. Does that make sense? So let's look at this previous candle. This previous candle represents last week in the market, and this one currently is this week. And what we can see is price has respected my 78.60 extension level, which is my rejection area, and it's nearly bigger than this previous week's candle. So if I get maybe by Wednesday, Thursday, a bullish body over the previous bearish body, I'm thinking, okay, cool. So like right now, the market's looking more bullish. So what you want to do is the higher time frames, the candles are giving you more of an understanding of what's going on in the market. And remember, if you see big wicks like this, a big wick like this, you can see that sometimes it's a fake out, but what you're looking for is rejection areas and for candles that look exhausted, meaning that price is starting to get a little bit stale, and we're looking to be able to now do the opposite to what we're currently doing. So maybe at this point we're doing little buys and we see this rejection, and it's created a resistance. On a lower time frame, you'll see resistance, and over again. You'll be able to see that it's previously resisted this area as well. And then you'll be able to get into some sells. And you could use your support and resistance. You can use trend lines. You can use your fibs. You can use your candlesticks for a confirmation of how to find your entries. So now going down to the daily. Again, very similar, but I'll go over it. It's the 78.60 respected that. Lovely rejection here. And then we have retested and we have now looked for buyers in the market. So here, so let's look from here. So this was our last week and I caught some sells in the market. And if you haven't watched my video, you can go back and you can literally just see how I'm breaking down the exact same chart, and I literally called out what I wanted price to do when it got to my area. So you can see this bearish engulfing candle, meaning that obviously on the higher time frame, the weekly, you see that there is more of a rejection wick, giving us an indication that price is most likely going to reverse. And if we did have a fib on, that most likely would have been a 68 or a 78, a 61, sorry, or a 78 extension level on our Fibonacci retracement, meaning it's going to reject that area. Of course, price doesn't always have to do this. The market can do whatever it wants. And we as traders, we have to learn to move with the market. And one thing that I used to struggle with is not understanding the time frames. So this is a gem for you. If you're a newbie or you're someone that doesn't really understand, don't go and place a trade on a daily time frame and expect it to get there in 15 minutes. Remember that one candlestick represents that time frame that you're on. So if I'm on a 30-minute time frame, that is a 30-minute candle I'm waiting to close. Does that make sense? Cool. Now, let's go to the 4 hour and see what can I see on this 4 hour. So looking overall, I'm seeing, so let's talk about this trade and as to why I got in it, because remember, we've gone over what I'm looking for in the market. Currently, I'm looking for buyers. As long as price doesn't break this rejection and then following this rejection break, this major support. So at this moment, I'm looking for buyers in the market. So the reason why yesterday I decided to get in this trade is because price has previously rejected this extension level, and then it's retested and gave us this nice doji candle, meaning that price is about to reverse to the upside. I can also see that this is a bullish engulfing candle over these previous 2 candles in the market. Now, if I go to a 1 hour or even 30 minutes, I feel like 30 minutes is like my favorite time frame for like higher time information, but also a nice lower time information. It kind of gives you an in-between, which is nice. So what I looked for, let me do this and hopefully I can change the color. So I have my Fibonacci. I also have price bouncing on Friday. So I created this little box of consolidation. And I said to myself, I'm not going to get in the market. Hold on a moment. I'm not going to get in the market until price has broke my area of consolidation. Most of the time, what the yen pairs like to do, especially GBPJPY, is it likes to break an area of consolidation, go just above the box or just below the box, and then go in the opposite direction. And if you trade GBPJPY, you will know that that is what it does 90% of the time. So I've waited for price to break. It didn't respect this 78.60 extension level, but it did respect my major area. I then saw that these candlesticks to the downside was becoming exhausted. I started to see that the sellers in the market were becoming tired. They was like, do you know what? I'm actually tired of selling. Let's get some liquid from this market and now get in for some buys. So now the buyers are coming in. The buyers are like, oh, I'm here. I turned up. So now we see this bullish candle. If you even go on a 15-minute time frame, you will even see even more that we are now creating more bullish structure. We are now uptrending. So we tapped back into that consolidation box that we had, and then we broke above it. And now if I remove that consolidation box and show you another thing that I also looked at in the market, is this previous area here, which was a resistance to support, was resisting. It couldn't break below. It then broke below, it retested, and it became a resistance area. So we've now resisted, we've had mini consolidation, we've resisted, we've consolidated in this whole area here, which I'll put back on. We have consolidated in this area here. Let me change the color so you can see what I mean. Let's do it to green. We have broke below. We have rejected this overall resistance Fibonacci. We have came back up. We have now resisted this previous resistance. Remember, before the resistance, it was a support, giving it a strong area of importance. We have come back down, retested this new support, and we have broke above the previous resistance. And now we have retested. So here, this is a retest. So we've got this resistance, support, broke through, retest, and then we have now moved away from that current area. And of course, price can come back. It come back here and it retested, not exactly on the support, but just near the support, because again, most of the people will come in, they'll put maybe they'll put a sell on here and they'll try and put it to that area there. And remember, in my last video, always put your take profit above your area of importance or below your area of importance, depending on if you're on a buy and a sell. So with this current little situation of the nation we've got going on here, we've broke above our resistance. We've retested our new now support, because it was a previous resistance, which is now giving it a support zone. We are making low, high, higher low, higher high, because what we're actually looking for is for price to break these supports and turn them into resistance for buys. And we're looking for price to not respect our previous lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We're looking for these lower highs to get taken out and now be turned in to higher highs. So do you see here how this, let's talk about this area here, is now above this area here. It's also above this area here, meaning that we are not respecting this downtrend we currently have on, and we are now looking for buyers in the market. So obviously I got in this trade here. I don't know why it's down there, but I got in this trade about here. After I see that we broke this area here, and I got in and I had a nice little trade on. I literally was, my take profit was about like that. And then I literally just manually entered when I saw this wick here. Let me go back to the 30 minutes. This is a wick, and it was like my confidence to get out of the market, because I also do have like a little mini trend line on this chart. It's not a guaranteed trend line, but it's just, we've had one rejection wick here, 2 rejection wicks here. So I'm always looking for 3 bounces off a trend line for a confluence that this is a solid trend line. So 1, 2, 3, and then we've got another one here for, it hasn't exactly touched the trend line, but to me that's good enough for rejection. So what I'm looking for price to do now is, before I get into another buy, I'll be looking for, okay, price is either going to reject this area again here and come down to at least this area here and retest, or it could retest here and break this trend line, break this previous high, because that is what we're looking for price to do. It's not been able to target that previous high. It's not been able to break this. Also got this as an area of importance because of previous touches before. And I'm looking for price to break the trend line. So on this trade, I'm literally just waiting to see how the market plays out, and then I will come back in the market and see what I'm doing. Am I either waiting for structure to just play out because it's creating new lows, or has price actually respected my major areas of confluences, my highs, my areas of importance, my trend line, my Fibonacci? How are the candlesticks moving within the market? See what price does when it gets to around this area here. If we get like some retest to the support, I will be looking for buyers in this area. So that's literally what I'm going to do. That's my trade I took. I'll go to USDJPY because, again, I love to trade USDJPY. It literally goes hand in hand with GJ. Oh, I currently don't have a trade on, and I haven't got in a trade for UJ this week. But I'm kind of looking for the same thing, but GJ is actually giving me more of an understanding this week of what's going on in the market because it's respecting my areas of importance. But again, with GJ, let me go to a daily, a weekly. We've got these. This is a major area of importance. We've got like this doji on this area of importance. Yes, it wicked below, but I'm going to see how this plays out. Is it going to reject this or keep coming down and then hit and target this new low, which will be an area of importance with my Fibonacci retracement? Or are we going to reject and come to the upside? And overall for me, if you ask me with UJ, I am looking for UJ to respect these areas of importance and come up, retest, break through the resistance, creating supports, and come to at least my 78.60. Same as GBPJPY. See how it plays to my 78.60 extension level, which is my rejection zone, and see if we can either reject and get in a couple of sells and then keep moving my Fibonacci on lower time frames and looking for those areas of the higher lows and the higher highs, and see if it breaks out into a now lower low, lower high. Or we will look for the area here to get targeted and then creating new highs. But what we do as traders is we move with the market. We don't try and jump in trades and have a long position now and have maybe this, like, look at 477 pips I'm risking losing this trade because I'm on a weekly time frame. You want to wait for price to be able to give you a clear indication as to why you're getting this trade. Do not do something like this. You're on a weekly time frame, 150 pips. Oh, Katie said we're looking for price to reject this area and she's looking for it to come up here. And then you go place this trade. Oh, 1,558 pips you're about to gain and you're going to lose 150. You will probably blow your account. I am not telling you to do that. I'm saying this is what I'm looking for overall with GBPJPY and USDJPY. But I will move with the market. If the market shifts, breaks these lows, takes out these previous support zones and now creates a resistance, I will be looking to move with the market and look for sells in the market. When price is making buys, there also might be opportunity for sells. And me as a trader, all I can do is look for those areas of importance and trade with the market and with the trend. So that's what I'm looking for right now with my two pairs. I'm looking for price to just respect what I'm looking at. I want price to give me more of an indication as to, cool, we're looking at buys right now. On a lower time frame, I want price to break this area here. This lower low, lower high. We want price to break this lower high, giving us higher high, higher low, reject this support zone. And then I'm looking for price to break this area here, this higher low, and give me some higher highs, higher low, rejecting this. This is also a 78.60 extension level on my Fibonacci retracement. And then look to get in the market when it's creating those higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. I'm looking to enter the market over and over again, giving myself so many confluences as to why I should get in the market. Maybe I'll have this like this, depending on how the market plays out. This is just a pure example. This is a support. It's bounced off my support. Oh, I'm looking for an entry now. Okay, let me put my TP just below the previous high. That is how you want to look for pinpoint A-star setups in the market. Don't just go and jump in trades because, oh, I want to make money in the market. Oh, I need to pass phase one. Oh, I want to be a funded trader. You will blow your account. Trust me. Just look at the markets and figure out where is price going. What am I actually looking for price to do? And if you can't look at the market and see like, oh, cool, this looks like it's downtrending. But me as a trader, knowing that I trade these pairs and I've done my research, I'm looking at market structure overall, and I know that this here and this here is major areas of importance. So if price doesn't respect and reject to the upside, I know that now, okay, I need to change my bias and I need to look for sells in the market. I hope that gives you a clear indication on what I'm looking for this week. I will definitely come back and check in with what trades I get in throughout the week if I'm able to get any more trades. So a little bit of motivation for you as I do a little break on the video. I just want you to know that trading is not easy. And if you're watching my video right now and you're thinking, why is this so confusing? I remember in my first year, I watched trading videos and I was like, why do they not make sense? What's all these things on the screen? And these things on the screen that I have are helping me to literally find the best entries. And that's why I'm trying to do my best to literally break down my charts as much as I can. Please know that trading isn't easy, but it can give you an abundant life if you stick it out. So just don't give up. Remember that nothing that is going to be a success is going to come easy. You might hit failing points. You might hit breaking point. You might even hit points where you just want to give up and like, I hate trading. Trading's a scam. But trust me, I'm 4 years in and I didn't start making good profits until a year and a half, 2 years. I know people that were making profits in 3 to 6 months. So choose who you want to be. Do you want to be the person like me that had to go through losing so much money on Hugo's Way? That had to try and find someone that, hey, babes, you do this every video and it's just not it. Like, we're trying to have conversations with the people. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but you can be like me and take all these errors, or you can learn from me that's made mistakes and listen to what I'm saying. Go through my mindset videos. I have so many mindset videos and I've done so many before coming on the charts because I'm like, if you don't want to watch the mindset videos, if you don't want to better yourself, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be so real with you. Give up trading. And the reason I say this is because trading is 80 to 90% psychological, meaning if your mind is not in the right place, you come to the charts when you've just broke up with Bianca down the road, you are going to lose money on the markets. Whatever you do, just don't give up. Just keep on going. Yeah. Watch my mindset videos. If you have to watch my mindset videos and have them on like 10 minutes before you start your trades, please just do it. And drop a comment below the video and let me know if you got this far along. A heart would be lovely because I know that you're a real one. And I'm going to start doing giveaways on my channel. So whether that's account giveaways, maybe some trading book giveaways, maybe even meet me for lunch and we can talk about anything trading if you are from the UK. Let's get back to the video. So today is Wednesday and I have gotten 2 trades since I did my overall analysis and a trade that I got in. I think I done my trade that I got in yesterday. So I'm going to just quickly break down the market at the moment and to explain why I got in the trades I got in. So I got in, what's going on? So I got into this trade yesterday. Where are we? This is a 4 hour, by the way, but I'm going to actually go down. But on this 4 hour, I just wanted to explain. So remember I said about I had this trend line here on GBPJPY, and if price actually breaks that trend line, which is something I was looking for price to do because I was hoping it would respect my major 78.60 extension level and my minor 78.60 extension level for my rejection to the upside. It literally did that. It respected this area and it gave me a bullish engulfing with that doji off of this 78.60 as well. Definitely got hair in my mouth, but that's all right. And then I saw like this mini wood rejection here on this candle. And I was like, okay, let's see, because I know price. I am waiting for price to reject. So I saw this candlestick formation here. And if I go to a 1 hour, my entry was this candle here. So as soon as I saw this rejection candle here, I jumped in for an entry and I said, you know what? I know price. I know GBPJPY. It's rejected this 78.6 extension level. And yes, it has rejected this trend line, but now I'm looking for breakthroughs because of this rejection here. And also this rejection off of this previous resistance and now support. Price is also creating higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is a higher low. We won't class that as one. Higher low, higher high. And obviously at the moment we are rejecting this resistance, but I'm hoping price breaks through, which is something I'll speak about when I go to USDJPY. Obviously don't want this video to be too long, so I'm trying to do it super quick because otherwise this is going to be an hour-long video, and that's not what we want. So I got in this trade here. I caught this trade, a nice 1 to 3, and the reason, of course, I put my take profit but here and not here is because we always want to move our take profit a couple of pips below the resistance, or if you're selling, a couple of pips above the support. Someone said the way I explain this is really confusing, but genuinely I think this is so simple compared to videos I've watched, and it might seem not simple right now, maybe because I'm breaking down the trades and I'm not doing an overall analysis, but I've done my overall analysis and this is just trades I've taken. But if you want me to do pairs like Euro USD, like what I think Euro USD is gonna do, how I'd look for areas of importance and stuff in Euro USD, please drop a comment below, because I'm just showing you what I do, because these are the pairs I trade. And this is like my speciality. I used to trade Euro USD. I used to trade GBP USD, and it just don't work out for me. Like, it's just, yes, I can make profit on them, but I prefer more volatile pairs. And if you are a newbie, I am not saying go and do GBP JPY. Definitely go and do Euro USD and GBP USD as like a starter, just to understand the market, because they're a bit slower. Anyway, back to the trade. So I took my profit here, nice 1 to 3, and then obviously price came down and went back under my trend line, which it's going to do because it needs to create that new higher low. It's created that new high low, and again it's bounced back straight through. So this trend line for me now, it's invalid. I can take that off. There's no need for it to be on my chart. And then this morning, if I go to a 30-minute, I caught a nice little trade. And I actually closed out here. This shouldn't even be on here still. I closed out here. And I got like a 1 to 2, basically a 1 to 3, let's call it. So I got in this trade this morning, just before open, because again, I saw that price jumped off of this 78.60 again. It broke that trend line again, meaning that that trend line is absolutely invalid. That's why I've took it off. And then I put it back up to this area of resistance. And I'm seeing that price now is breaking these previous points of resistance, and I'm looking for price to break and retest and then get more entries to the upside, because again, that's what I'm doing overall. So I've got this nice little trade, a nice 1 to 3. And if I quickly go to a 1 hour, I'm just going to, actually, let me go to a 4 hour. I'm just going to explain my reasons as to why I have these areas of importance marked up. So this little area of importance here, I'm looking for price to maybe reject it and then retest this area and then break above and come to one of my golden zones as the next take profit. And you can see clear as day, price has literally broken this previous lower high and it's now created a higher low off of these areas, and we are going to the upside. So that's GBPJPY. Again, I'm just going to be looking for entries throughout the week, and I will update you with any entries I get to. USDJPY. So for USDJPY, I've only taken one trade this week because there weren't actually solidified evidence as for why I should get in the market, because price here didn't actually come down to this area here. So because price didn't come here, I was like, let me just wait. I put my Fibonacci on. I think I'd done this in yesterday's video or Monday's video. Can't remember, but anyway. So I have this here, and if I'm looking for price to come anywhere, it would be lowest to here. And if it breaks this, then I'm looking for sells and I'm not going to get in because overall I'm looking for buys. So I don't remember exactly what I've explained already. So I'm just going to recap super quick. So this is the area. So once price breaks this lower high and then booms through and retests to the upside, I'm again still looking for buys. I currently have this mini trend line on because we've had a respect of rejection from the trend line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times so far, and for me 3 times off of a trend line is a strong trend line. So let me go to a 1 hour and explain why I got in this trade. And I literally got in this trade about 30 minutes ago. It's currently 12:58. I was like, I come in from the gym, I had my food, sitting down watching EastEnders. Yep, don't come for me, I watched EastEnders. And then I jumped in the shower. I quickly done my makeup because I wanted to, you know, feel good, and I wanted to make another video besides this one. And as I was doing my makeup, my alert went off. I set alerts when I'm trading because then I know when to get in. So I set my little alert and I said, you know what? I'm jumping in now. I could either, let me refresh this in fact. Hold on a minute. Because why do I not have my fib on here? There should be a fib on here. Here we go. Oh, my fib's on the 30-minute. Apologies. Right, so I got in here. And let me explain this trade to you. And obviously, I'm going to come back and check in with you tomorrow whether this trade hit TP. And the TP shouldn't even be that long. The TP should be here. So I need to move my take profit, in fact. But, okay. So I have a 30 pip stop loss at this moment. I want my stop loss to be below this 78.60 and also below this trend line. I understand that price could come and retest this higher low and use that as my support, but also seeing that price has created a mini, this is the overall higher low, higher high, but it's not higher than that high, so we're going to call it a high. And then we've come back down here and we've created a bit more structure, a new higher low. So if price breaks this and breaks this, I won't be looking for anything in the market. I'll be waiting for market to just continue to do its own thing. So let me remove that off. I have my trend line. I have this area here. I have my 78.60. That is where I would be looking for price to potentially come to and reject back to the upside. And the reason I have my take profit here is because on my mini Fibonacci, this is my 2 golden zones. Price rejected this area before, so I'll be having my take profit a couple of pips below. And then I will just move with the market. So if price now creates a new high and a new higher low, what I would do is I'll put another little mini trend. I could put a little mini trend, see if price respects this little mini trend. I will then move my stop loss potentially here under this area of importance and just move with the market. So this is the trade that I currently have on, literally as we speak. And we're just going to see how that plays out. Today is the 19th of September. An update on my trade that I was in yesterday, which was this trade. And I placed it about 30 minutes before actually jumping on and recording. And I just wanted to break down what's happened. So I did get stopped out, which is my fault, because who convinced me to leave a trade on when there was literally news at 7 o'clock yesterday, Federal Reserve funds rate. And obviously Federal Reserve, FOMC is most likely going to move the market. And yesterday it drastically did. So that's my fault. But just quickly recapping, this alert can be taken off because it's been broken. So the reason I'm leaving on my trend line and that Fibonacci at this moment, well, is because, so my fib was, I'm sure it was here originally, and then I've just moved it this morning. But this wick has, yes, broken the trend line, but the body of the actual candle has closed above the trend line, therefore meaning it's actually kind of a fake out. It's just when something happens in the market, there's like a major shift, and sometimes price actually just taps into an area, takes some liquidity from the market, and then continues to go in the direction that I expected it to. So what I would do now with this is I would just move this up to this high, and then this literally taps straight onto the 78.60. And now I would again allow price to possibly come to the 78.60 as a retracement to reject, keep this trend line on, allow the trend to build its strength. And if I go down to, let's say, a 30-minute to go more in depth with this, so this is what happened with the trade that I was in. So I was allowing price to respect this little mini trend line, which I will now take off. I will also take off this Fibonacci. Price went and literally tapped out, hit the stop loss, and then run back up to here, which is most likely in every single news event. It normally taps both ways. Or if it's something that's going to make a currency weaker or stronger, it's going to literally tap in one direction and it won't wick to the other side. But in this case, it's wicked both ways. So that is that trade. I'm going to take that off now because it doesn't matter anymore. Again, I'm going to be keeping this trend line on, and for now I'm going to keep this fib on. But I will say I will not be taking any more trades for this week, because looking at Forex Factory, we have literally got red news for the rest of the week. We've got Bank of Japan, press conferences, policy rates, monetary policies today. There's just a lot going on in the market. So for me, I won't be trading the rest of the day. But that is just the update for me. So I did take a loss yesterday, which is absolutely fine. That happens in the market. But if I was just talking about market structure in general and not just, okay, there's a lot of news, I'm not going to get in the trades. Because yes, you can sometimes trade news and you can leave your trade to run. But when it's big news events, it's better to just stay away from the markets, because there's a lot of wicks going on. There's a lot of rejections. There's a lot of fake outs. You just don't really want to get involved with it. Unless you are a swing trader and you're leaving your trades on, or you're heavily in profit. If I maybe had a trade on from down here, maybe a long from down here, and I had it to up here, I would possibly just let it run, because, you know, I have a decent stop loss, 30 pips. I'm also allowing it to play out, and I have room for the trade to just play out. But we don't want to be putting tight stop loss on and then get stopped out by a wick like this. It's just not what we want. On the 4 hour with USDJPY, overall market structure, we have now created a new high, which has taken out this previous lower high and now gave us a higher high. So we're just allowing market to just continue playing out, hopefully respect this trend line. And again, I'm looking for price to possibly come to at least maybe a couple of up, down, reject, maybe down to here, and then come back up. That's what I'm looking for. And the reason I say that is because the market's going to do a madness for the rest of the week because of all of the news events. So what I would do, I would see the market like this. I will say, cool, this is what I would like to happen. It doesn't need to do that. It doesn't need to do anything. We could get the most craziest spike all the way down here and then wick all the way up, or we could go the opposite way and wick all the way down. So I'm just going to allow market to play and then come back on Sunday, see what the market's done. Of course, I'm going to keep my eye on the charts in the meantime. And just allow the market to play out. So obviously these trades I'm actually going to take off because I already discussed them with you guys. Beautiful trades that I actually call on GBPJPY. GBPJPY is actually at my golden areas. I'm going to now move this Fibonacci up here. We have broken these previous lower highs, and now we have created higher highs, higher lows. So we are uptrending at this current time in the market. Again, allowing the price to possibly get to my 61.80 or 78.60. I will move that up as my blue zone, which is my rejection area. Again, sorry. If I put a Fibonacci on from this previous lower high to this low here, this is my 78.60. So I will again allow price to possibly come here and reject maybe down to here and then come up. At this moment, I'm not looking for price to respect anything at all. I'm expecting price to move absolutely wild. Like this would even be a nice little trade to this area here. But because of the market conditions at this moment, I won't be getting in trades. So that is how I have caught trades this week. I took a loss. just finding areas of importance, maybe finding some trend lines if there is any. I'll put that on there. It's not, I wouldn't say that's a full-on trend line yet, but we have had 1, 2, 3 bounces and we are like going up. So I will keep that on there for now. I'll also keep my areas of importance on. I will take that off. I will take this yellow off. I will take this off because we have broke all of those previous highs that were resistance to the upside, and they are now going to be the new support areas. You see resistance, resistance. We can't break and go up, so it's resisting and going down. And here we have broken that resistance area, that line I have here. We've broken that resistance area and we have now created a support. And this is why this could also, oh, sorry about this. This is why you should pay, but I don't pay because there's no need for me to. I don't backtest no more. This could be a nice trade. Like if I was to be realistic, I wouldn't get in the trade, obviously, for obvious reasons because of the news. But this could possibly also be a nice trade up to my golden area, up to my 78.60. A nice little rejection here, a nice bullish engulfing. If price breaks this, okay, and then maybe taps down, that's another entry. But because of the news, we're not getting in. So that is literally it for me for this week. I will come back on Sunday with my analysis for the week and do the same thing again. That is a beautiful wick on that 4 hour as well, by the way. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took some nuggets from the video. And if my video is a little bit too confusing, because some people commented on my last video last week and said, this is so confusing. And I'm like, it's not confusing. It's just because you don't understand how I trade. And you know what? That's fine. Like everyone trades different, but I'm really trying to give you the ins and outs as to why I'm placing trades. And I'm not just going to say, do you know what? I'm going to buy from support and literally get my TP at the next resistance. Like I'm going to break down every single confluence I have. I'm going to tell you as in depth as I possibly can as to why I entered these trades. If I took a loss, I'm going to be real and say I took a loss. I take losses in the market. I lose money in the market. It's about finding entries that make sense. And that's why I have multiple confluences. My candlesticks, my trend lines, my support and resistance areas, the areas of importance. I also have my Fibonacci retracement. These are all major confluences I use as to why I enter the market. And I hope that my video has made sense. And please don't forget to drop a comment below if there's anything that I can potentially help you with your trading journey. I used to trade Euro USD and GBP USD, and then I stopped because I thought GBP USD for me was just doing too much stupidness, and Euro USD was very slow. And don't get me wrong, they are great pairs because I know people that make bank from these two pairs, but for me, I just wanted something different. So if you want to see me maybe do like an analysis on what I think Euro USD is going to do, I'm happy to do that. But please bear in mind, my pairs are the GBPJPY and the USDJPY. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you literally have the best week and many blessings to you in abundance. And I'm going to finish the video with an affirmation. And the affirmation for today's video is, I am able to find amazing entries in the market. I trust my analysis. Thank you so much for watching the video. Stay blessed and take care. Peace.